It's a grand old flag, it's a high-flying flag, it's the emblem for which we fight. It's the emblem of the team we love, the team of the red and the white. Every eye gleams bright for the red and the white as we sing this song to you. What do we sing? Should old acquaintance be forgot? Keep your eye on the red and the white. It's a grand old flag, it's a high-flying flag, it's the emblem for which we fight. It's the emblem of the team we love, the team of the red and the white. Every eye gleams bright for the red and the white as we sing this song to you. What do we sing? Should old acquaintance be forgot? Keep your eye on the red and the white.
Oh, we're from Tigerland, a fighting fury, we're from Tigerland. In any weather you will see us with a grin, risking head and shin. If we're behind we never mind, we fight and win. Oh, we're from Tigerland, we never weaken till the final siren blows. Like the tigers of old, we're strong and we're bold. Oh, we're from Tiger, yellow and black. Oh, we're from Tiger, eat 'em alive. Oh, we're from Tigerland. Oh, we're from Tigerland, a fighting fury, we're from Tigerland. In any weather you will see us with a grin, risking head and shin. If we're behind
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to AFLNT and NITV's coverage of the 2022-23 TIO NTFL season from TIO Stadium here in Darwin on Larrakia country. We're here for round 2 action of the NAWIC Under-18 Girls competition. Tonight, Waratah are taking on the Nightcliff Tigers. My name is Cheryl Schmode and I'm joined by my commentary partner this evening, Stuart Davis. Stu, how are you this evening?
Good, thanks Cheryl. Looking forward to this game. We haven't covered women's or girls under 18 so far this season. As we speak, the game's underway and Waratah into attack early. Inside forward 50 is an opportunity down there for Tars through Sian Murphy it was, but just unable to score, and it's Nightcliff who looking to bring the ball around the other side of the ground, but umpires said just ran too far with the ball there without getting rid of it. So it's Sian Murphy who will take the free kick. She centres the ball into the corridor, kicked off the ground there and advanced down to the forward pocket for Tars, but it's the Nightcliff defence coming out first. Tackle was laid and the ball spilled free, and now they're just looking to get it out into some open space. Murphy pounces on that, kicks it in towards the top of the goal square. It's another opportunity for Tars down here. If they can pick the ball up cleanly here with an opportunity, comes out to Murphy again. She has a quick kick towards goal. It looks pretty good. If it's missed everyone's hands, I think it has.
Yep, good goal there.
And it's through for a goal, the opening goal of the quarter, and Waratah on the board. So a good start, Cheryl. So that goal to Sian Murphy, who's had a few touches already early in the first quarter here.
Yeah, Sian Murphy, she's played all her juniors at Waratahs. And then ended up going down for AFLW National Development Championships.
So game underway again. Nightcliff looking to force the ball forward. A quick kick out of the pack there by Matilda Wilson, but Tars on the rebound forcing it forward of centre. Wilson's in there again. She picks up and gets a boot to the ball, but straight into the centre of the ground, only as far as Riley Lapira there. She takes the mark and plays on, runs past the player on the mark, kicks down towards half forward. There's one Waratah player amongst a nest of Tigers down there, and the quick kick out of defence and sees Nightcliff bring the ball to the centre of the ground. Again, a toe off the ground, and another opportunity for Nightcliff here. It's picked up nicely and hand passed forward there, but across half back it looks like Tars will be able to tidy up here, and they do so out there through Deanne Cobelt. She kicks out wide into space, and it's a foot race to get to the ball now. She's followed up beautifully out there and managed to get her toe to the ball and advance it off the ground another 20 metres or so, picks it up in front of the old TIO scoreboard on the outer side of the ground, and kicks it down towards half forward. But again, no clean possession out there as Nightcliff working hard across half back. They're outnumbered by 3-2 from the Tars players out there. No clear possession as the ball comes out into some space now. A heavy bump there, play-on's the call from the umpire, and Nightcliff manage a quick kick away and down to a one-on-one on the wing. Good use of the body out there by Hannah Wilson, and she kicks the ball back into the corridor, but chopped off, and Nightcliff under all sorts of pressure. Wilson gets another kick down towards half forward, and that's a nice kick and a nice mark at centre half forward for Waratah, and the kick goes inside forward 50, but Nightcliff defence standing strong back there, just hack it off the ground and out towards the back of the centre square. Ball running out into some space, but a free kick's been found, and it's going to be a Nightcliff free kick out there. Julia Pollen with the free kick. She plays on now, has a bounce, and recovers the ball now. Kicks long forward of the wing, working back nicely for Tars was Deanne Colwell, and she took a good intercept mark and chips the ball into the centre of the ground, and Wilson takes that mark and kicks down towards centre half forward. As an opportunity here as the ball's paddled out in front, but Sian Murphy eventually gets involved in the action, picks up and hooks a kick over her shoulder out towards the boundary line on the grandstand side of the ground. Again, the numbers are with Tars as the hand pass comes in. A quick hand pass in front by Imogen Fox-Chaffer, and Nightcliff keep the ball in just inside the boundary line as they're working it again. Tars through Fox-Chaffer, kicks long down towards half forward, almost a one-handed mark taken down there, but spilled out in the end, and now it's a wrestle for the ball on the ground, and umpire will come in and we'll have a ball up just inside forward 50 for Waratah, kicking to the right of the screen, which is the airport end of TIO Stadium. Hit out's won by Nightcliff down there. Again, a wrestle for the ball on the ground, and eventually it's worked out, and Nightcliff looking to clear it into some space to get it out of defence. They do that now, and running onto it down here. Oh, they just couldn't take the ball cleanly, which gave the Waratah's defenders, Phoebe Wiltshire down there, the opportunity to come in and just get her hands on the ball and hold up that forward action for Nightcliff. Again, it's under a pack of players and they're just struggling to get it out in the open at the moment as it comes out now, and there's a quick kick forward for Nightcliff down there. Running onto it is Scarlett Young, just couldn't control it, and now for Tars it's Sydney Finch who's over the ball, but once again it's Wilson who kicks it down inside forward 50 for Tars, but again it's chopped off by Nightcliff and they bring it straight back down the middle of the ground into the centre of the ground, and Waratah just set up pretty well behind the ball with their numbers and managing to chop off any Nightcliff forward attacking action, but that time it was Mia Gross who was caught with the ball for Nightcliff, and Tars again using the ball out wide here, coming to the grandstand side of the ground. Ball loose on the ground, and now a quick kick forward by Gross for Nightcliff. She's got it there to Ella Lauritsen. She kicks down to half forward. It's rolling towards the boundary line. Looks like it might just stay in. It does so, and Tars bring it back, but again it's chopped off down here by Lauritsen for Nightcliff, and really the first opportunity for Nightcliff to go inside forward 50 as she was called to play on, got the kick forward, but her kick was chopped off in defence, but again that's another turnover, and Lauritsen's in the action again. She takes the intercept mark this time, trying to find a player inside 50. That's a good pass, and she finds her teammate there in Linnell Arfat. Arfat, another good pass inboard, and Nightcliff just using the ball beautifully here, although the mark spilt down outside the goal square, and an opportunity went begging, but they're still in the action here as Arfat tries to get a toe to the ball. Waratah defenders working really hard down there to keep them out, but eventually the ball over the boundary line, and we'll have a ball up in Nightcliff's left forward pocket. So from the restart, it's Arfat running onto the loose ball here, hooks towards goal. It's bouncing in the goal square. It's going to get past everyone down there, I think, and yes, that's what the goal umpire's called. So an answering goal eventually to Nightcliff, and a good opportunist goal there by Arfat. So pretty even contest so far, Cheryl. No one dominating the game. The ball's been backwards and forwards between centre and half forward for Waratah for a lot of the game, but Nightcliff just took their opportunity that time.
Yeah.
So the club's ringing the interchanges. I think Waratah were a little bit light on for numbers today, so they're playing at 12 aside, which should keep the game nice and open, and Tars obviously with a number, Nightcliff obviously with a number of players on the bench that they'll be able to rotate on and off the ground as they go forward again from the restart. They've worked the ball down towards centre half forward. It's picked up down there by Wilson once again for Waratah. She got the hand pass across and the kick came out back into the centre of the ground. Some good teamwork there, and Tars able to just hack it forward a little bit and Talia Wheatley on the bottom of the pack down there. As the ball spills out, it's kicked off the ground by Murphy, but cross half back, good defensive work by Hughes, and she gets it to the advantage of her Nightcliff teammates. But Tars come in and put the pressure on, and a quick kick forward by Murphy once again, and this time she finds her teammate in Cassandra Krapapis, and there's a 50-metre penalty as well, so that should just about take her right down to the goal line, I would think, and almost a certain goal here for Waratah. So just unfortunate from the Nightcliff defenders down there. So Krapapis kicks at goal, no problem whatsoever, straight through the middle, and goal for goal here at TIO Stadium as Waratah just sneak out to that 6-point lead once again.
That was a good goal by them as they got the 50-metre penalty.
Yeah, it's a big penalty in women's footy, and obviously in underage girls footy as well, Cheryl, isn't it? When you know, it's probably 2 or 3 kicks for in normal play, the distance that they gain through that 50-metre penalty. So from the restart, it's Tars with first hands on the ball again. A quick kick forward by Wiltshire, but Nightcliff have got the numbers out here as it's kicked forward by Rabbit. She receives back by hand and kicks long inside forward 50 to the advantage of Arfat, running onto the ball now. Nightcliff's goal scorer earlier in the quarter, of course, but she was beaten by the numbers in the end. Oh, good mark coming across in defence. And a long kick inside forward 50. Mark spilt down there, and swooping across the front was Arfat again, but picked up in defence by Kalakis for Waratah, but Nightcliff worked the ball down towards their goal, but it trickles over the boundary line next to the behind post, so we'll have a ball up again in the right forward pocket for Nightcliff at the Michael Long Centre end of TIO Stadium. Not many players around this stoppage, and so it's just taken out of the ruck and hacked out to half back. Good defensive work down there by Fox Chaffer for Waratah, and Wheatley comes in to lend a hand, kicks long down the wing out into open space. Working back there for Nightcliff was Scarlett Young. She got the kick out towards the boundary line. Ball still in play, and just a pile of players over it. Looks like they won't be able to get that one out of the stoppage, and there's a free kick been found. In fact, I think the umpire ruled that the ball was dragged in, and so it's a Nightcliff free kick as the ball goes inside forward 50. That's a good defensive mark taken down there by Deanne Cobalt. She's got a free player in the corridor. She goes that way. In plenty of space out here is Chloe Lay, and she runs off with a bounce and now kicks down towards half forward. Again, Waratah have the number advantage, and quick kick in by Wheatley. Goes inside forward 50, but strong defensive work by Young again for Nightcliff. They're trying to work it through the hands with their teammates, but they've brought themselves unstuck a bit there as going in was Peacock for Tars. Picked the ball up, managed to get it out to a teammate. It's hooked off the ground again. There's a wrestle for the ball as it spills to the ground. There's no one can take advantage of that, and we're going to have a ball up just outside forward 50 for Waratah as clock ticks down towards quarter time, but Tars maybe with one last opportunity in this first quarter as the kick comes forward by Wilson again, but again strong defensive work by Scarlett Young for Nightcliff, and they run the ball out of defence and get the ball back into the centre of the ground. They'd have to move it quickly to be able to score from here. They run it through, but held up with a tackle was Charlotte Reisinger, and the siren sounds to end the first quarter, and a pretty even affair, although Tars probably had the majority of possession on the ground, Cheryl.
Yeah, the scores here at TIO Stadium, it's Waratah's 2 goals to Nightcliff 1. And you're watching AFLNT and NITV's coverage of the 2022-23 TIO NTFL season from TIO Stadium here in Darwin.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
There's an easy way you can boost your business, keep money in this community and help Australia thrive. It's right here at your local Channel 7 station, part of the SCA stable of media brands that also includes Listener. Advertising with us will let the local community know who you are and what you do so they can support you. Advertise local with SCA, the home of 7 and Listener. Head to sca.com.au/advertise local to find out more.
At Buzzbuzz, keep cool this summer with our new range of frappes, including cookies and cream, chai and matcha. You can also enjoy our totally scrumptious range of food and snacks, Australian owned and operated. Buzzbuzz, great coffee is just the beginning.
The key to game day? It's all about having a game plan. I check the turf, check the wardrobe, then check the mic. Wowee. And when the team needs a pre-match meal, Macca's comes roaming to us. Boy, oh boy. Welcome to my world.
Intersport, new concept store now open in Casuarina Square. Come in and check out a world-class shopping experience.
Dedicated sports zones.
Now stocking only the biggest brands in tennis, cricket, fitness from treadmills to benches, boxing, swimming, darts, pool and table tennis. For awesome service and advice, still locally owned and operated, the all-new Intersport concept store.
Now open at Casuarina Square.
Absolutely zero.
Zero.
Yeah, definitely.
It has to be zero.
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I don't think that's asking too much.
Love exploring the territory? If you do, it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling costs. So get out there and explore. Get a quote today. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Here we are about to start the second quarter here in the under-18 girls at TIO Stadium in Darwin. Michael from Melbourne is one of our interstate umpires that has come up to join us for this season, and Kynan is the other young umpire. He's also come up, he's from New South Wales.
So 6 points. There's difference as we go into the second quarter. The hit out one there for Nightcliff by Matilda Wilson, and streaming through, the long kick comes inside half forward. An early opportunity for Nightcliff as it's picked up down here. Oh, broke free and chose to give the hand pass down there. That was Sophie Palmer, when perhaps had an opportunity to run towards goal, and it gives Tars the chance to work the ball out of defence. Some good teamwork out of there, and the long kick out by Deanne Cobalt. Once again, they've got the ball down towards half forward, where Chloe Lay is out in some space, works the ball out in front of herself now, just trying to control it. She having trouble doing that, gets a tap forward. She's in the action again and gets wrapped up in the tackle. The ball spills free. A quick kick forward down there by Bonnie Peacock gets the ball into the goal square, but Nightcliff, right on the last line of defence, just managed to get a kick out, and now looking to run the ball out of defence. Blahovic kicks long down towards the back of the centre square, and Nightcliff have got it forward of centre. Marking contest down there, sees the ball hit the ground. Kalakis runs onto it for Tars, couldn't control it, and coming through there was Wilson for Nightcliff. Just looked to have the jumper pulled a bit, but play on's the call as Nightcliff get the ball to half forward. They've got the ball in some space now if they can get their hands on it. Some solid defensive work, but that's a kicking in danger has been paid, and it'll be a Nightcliff free kick at half forward. So the free kick down there going against Krapapis, and it's Nightcliff with the chance to go forward here through Cook. Cook goes out wide looking for Arfat. If she can keep the ball in, she does, but she's under some pressure now. Does well, picks up, has a quick bounce, a snap towards goal. It looks like a pretty good shot on goal. It is a great shot on goal. That's a fantastic finish. The ball almost looked like it was going to go over to the boundary line, and some clever skills, and then picked up a quick bounce and kick over the shoulder, and has levelled the scores up. So pretty exciting work down there, and Arfat's got her second goal for the game, Cheryl.
Yeah, she has. That was a really good goal, the way she moved the ball around there.
So a dangerous forward down there that Tars will have to keep a close check on as we come back for the restart. Scores a level here early in the second quarter, and it's a pretty good open game of footy as we start again. Thump forward, and Nightcliff another opportunity to clear out of the centre. Just tackled there was Julia Pollen. She had an air shot with the kick as she was tackled and penalised for incorrect disposal, and Hannah Wilson for Tars takes the free kick. She chips it out towards the wing where Wheatley's running onto the ball, but Nightcliff managed to get a quick kick forward. Blahovic's in the action again, but she gets her hands on the ball now, gets a bit of a push. Play on's the call as the ball spills out into some space, and Nightcliff again going forward, inside forward 50, and good use of the hands and a good follow-up, but it's Nightcliff inside forward 50, but good defensive work by Kalakis for Tars. But again, it's turned over inside the centre square, and the long kick forward. Arfat's on it again, got her hands to the ball, couldn't hold the mark, but recovers well, is first there onto the ground and wins herself a free kick for being held without the ball, and she'll take that free kick about 35 metres out directly in front. Not sure that she would have the distance there, but she might have a trick in her bag or two to so she kicks long towards the goal square. It bounces through, but just offline and through for a behind to just edge Nightcliff in front for the first time in this game. And so it's Tars bringing the ball in defence. It's Phoebe Wiltshire who kicks out towards the outer side of the ground, but Nightcliff have got the numbers out there. The long kick comes in. It bounces, again bouncing towards goal. A bit of lightning in the background there, but that was Tully Blahovic, whose kick was just offline and through for a behind. So it is build up to the wet season here in Darwin, of course, so storms something that we're accustomed to here, and I don't think that that storm in the distance is any threat to us, as again, Julia Pollen with a good intercept mark for Nightcliff. She's got a player in some space here, and that's a good pass out in front. And she hits her teammate down here in Sophie Palmer. Palmer just having a look around at what options she's got. And she's got a teammate calling for the hand pass, but ignores that in the end. Kicks long. It's a bit of a floater down towards the goal square, and Tars have got some numbers back there. It's cleared out of defence by Wiltshire again, but again the ball props and gives Tars the opportunity to clear it out, and now the mark's taken nicely coming out of defence here by Wheatley, and Talia Wheatley at half-back tries to chip the ball out to the advantage of her teammate on the outer side there in on the wing there, but it was Nightcliff who thumped it back in, but intercepted once again by Hannah Wilson, and it's a bit of ping pong here going backwards and forwards, and Wilson again gets on the end of this one and takes the intercept mark. She's looking to go wide, but this time it's chopped off, and nice mark taken in the middle of the ground. I think that might be Pick. She chips the ball in towards half forward, but again Tars strong across half back, just getting their hands on the ball first, but a quick kick in, and Nightcliff the opportunity as the ball is hacked out of defence by Lapira out in front of Peacock here for Tars. She picks up now, gets a hand pass back across, and Lapira advances the ball around the outer wing. But first there for Nightcliff was Ashley Hughes. Her kick goes back towards half forward, but again Lapira is sitting in the hole there and manages to control the ball, bring it out of defence, and Fox Chaffer kicks around the corner, but it's chopped off, and Nightcliff again strong in defence, and there's they've got some players in some space here if they can just use the ball going forward. Go long to half forward and instead and go straight to a pack of Waratah players, and again it's Hannah Wilson who chops it off in defence. Good defensive work there by Julia Pollen for Nightcliff. She runs away from the pack of players now, kicks long in towards half forward, but again it's Waratah who are set up defensively, and that one's just chopped off by Murphy in defence. She runs away to the outer side of the ground now, kicks long down between centre and wing, and Tars have got some numbers there, but good defensively again, and Pick gets a long kick in towards half forward, but again Hannah Wilson gets in the way, couldn't control it this time, and Nightcliff have the chance to go forward. Wilson looks exhausted there, hands on knees, but she gets back in the action again, and a free kick's been paid for incorrect disposal, and it'll be a Waratah free kick to Sian Murphy on at half back. Her kick eventually makes its way to Wheatley, but she couldn't hold on to the mark there. The quick kick comes forward, and again it's Sian Murphy for Tars who takes that intercept mark at half back, plays on with the hand pass now, and running out of defence is Fox Chaffer. She kicks long down the wing, but Nightcliff able to get their hands on the ball as the hand pass comes across. Umpire says it was a throw in fact, so it's a Nightcliff free kick, and they bang it inside forward 50 again, but once again Tars are set up behind the play, and Murphy got the hand pass out. The quick kick comes out. There's a chance here for Nightcliff. Play on's the call as it comes in towards full forward, and again it's Linnell Arfat on the end of it. So just a real opportunist down there, and in the right position, read the ball as it came in front, and took a nice mark, and now has a shot towards goal, but into the player on the mark. She recovers well to get her hands on the ball and get a quick kick forward. Here's a kick off the ground, but unfortunately just the wrong side of the goalpost for Nightcliff, and are behind once again. So after Waratah led at quarter time, it's Nightcliff that have done all the scoring in this second quarter, as the ball's been camped in their forward line for most of the quarter, but Murphy brings it out of defence with a high kick It's picked up down here and a long kick in by Bush, Tanika Bush, and again she finds a teammate forward. That's a good kick and a good mark forward, and it's Charlotte Reisinger who's taken that mark. She kicks towards goal, no problem whatsoever, all clear, and Nightcliff really starting to put the foot down here as they've kicked the only scores of the quarter. They've added a couple of goals and 3 points as well, so it's been a pretty good quarter for Nightcliff, Cheryl.
Yeah, very good quarter. They're playing really well as a team.
Yeah, just working it around, using the ball between themselves, and they've got a couple of dangerous forwards that are getting their hands on the ball. So the assignment in front of Waratah for the rest of the quarter, just to put the brakes on the momentum that Nightcliff have got so far. So from the restart, it's Tanika Bush who wins the hit out, and Nightcliff the chance to go forward again. Reisinger with the hand pass forward on the ground down here. They've worked the ball down to half forward. Strong in defence for Tars is Murphy, but the kick goes inboard and gives Nightcliff the opportunity, and picked up down here, but a strong tackle as the hand pass comes out, and the tackle is rewarded. So it's Ionia Kalakis who will take that free kick for the good tackle. She plays on with a hand pass inboard. She's got a runner there in Hannah Wilson. She kicks out wide to the advantage of Sydney Finch. Finch in some space, picks up and now kicks long down the outer side of the ground. The ball on the ground, and Tars just trying to work it forward. They do so with a quick kick by Peacock out wide. Running across there defensively for Nightcliff was Oliver, but she got overtaken in the end, and I think the sirens are blowing to stop the game because of the lightning in the distance. So so the players will have to leave the field, and I think the ruling is that we have 30 minutes to get restarted.
I'm pretty sure it's 30 minutes, and the match managers will let us know. Yeah,
so just under 2 minutes to go in the second quarter as the sirens sound, forcing the players from the field. It's all for player and official safety, of course, and we've seen quite a few flashes of lightning coming straight down towards the ground just in the distance, and of course they're getting a little bit closer, I think. So safety first. We'll all go off and have a spell, and so we'll keep the live stream coming, I think, but we'll be back to you when we know some more about what's going to go on with the rest of the game.
We're back after a short break from the Lightning here at TIO Stadium. For the under-18 girls, Nightcliff are taking on Waratahs, and at the moment Nightcliff are in the lead, 3-3-21 to 2 goals.
So we had that weather break, and we've been informed that there was something like a minute and a half to go in the second quarter. The officials have determined that the second quarter has now concluded. The half-time break has happened, so we're recommencing at the start of the third quarter. So hopefully the weather gods will look after us, and it looks like on the weather map it looks like it's clearing now. So with any luck we'll get through the last 2 quarters of the game without any further interruption. So Nightcliff had a pretty dominant second quarter and go into this third quarter with a 9-point lead, and that's punched away by Bush, and Nightcliff with the first clearance through Reisinger get it down to half forward, and now they're going deep into the goal square. There's plenty of space down there. Arfat down there, the dangerous forward for Nightcliff, paddles the ball in front of herself, now picks up, looks to duck back around, kicks on the left foot towards goal. It's gone across and hit the goal post on the far side, so just didn't bend it back far enough, but a promising forward entry there from Nightcliff, and they're in attack straight away in this third quarter, as they were for much of the second quarter. And the kick smothered down there. Reisinger tries to get a quick kick forward, kicks, but all she could do was dribble it over the boundary line about 5 metres around from the left-hand behind post at the Michael Long Centre end of the ground. So it'll be a ball up here, just trying to sort out who's going to do the ruck work. It's Reisinger for Nightcliff, wins a hit out down towards the boundary line. I think that one's beaten her over as well, so we'll have another go at the restart. So same two, Reisinger up against Sian Murphy. So this time it's Waratah who get the clearing kick out towards the boundary line. It's dribbling close to the line and goes over just inside the 50-metre arc. So it'll be a ball up again at left half forward for Nightcliff. So Bush wins that hit out. Ball on the ground. Reaching in and picking it up was Murphy. She got tackled with the ball. An attempted kick there by Fox Chaffer got smothered, and Nightcliff working hard on the ground. The ball spills out now. Arfat down there, and Murphy reaches in and picks it up, then loses control in the tackle. Arfat trying to paddle along in front of herself, kicks off the ground from the goal square, and she's kicked her third goal. So I think she just continues the form that she showed in the first half. She got on the scoreboard with a behind at the start of this quarter, and ever dangerous down there, and looks like Tars don't really have the answer. So again, just opportunistic around the goals.
Fat's playing this is her first year for Nightcliff Tigers, so she's come across from Big River Hawks women's comp where she's been playing. So
yeah, so up from the Catherine area, and I noticed down there a few girls up from the Arnhem area, Arnhem Crows Footy Club. So it's great to see that that connection being built by Nightcliff, and giving some girls from the communities an opportunity to get involved in NTFL football as Tars go forward this time, and Hannah Wilson takes the mark. She drives the ball out towards half forward. It's trapped there and nicely tackled, but some clever work to hand pass to herself and then get the kick forward by Wiltshire. Quick kick forward there by Fox Chaffer, but this time it's chopped off, and Nightcliff bring it back. They've got a couple of players here if they can get on there. Oh, strong mark taken down there by Rabbit. Lakaya Rabbit kicks down towards the centre of the ground. There's a contest there. Sian Murphy was just too strong in that contest, but reaching in was Jessica Pick, got the hand pass forward. Murphy doubles back again, gets a left foot onto it out into space, and here's a chance for Tars to go forward as it's picked up by Fox Chaffer. She kicks long towards half forward. Running across there defensively for Nightcliff was Oliver, but there's plenty of players in there now, and the ball gets trapped in underneath, and we'll have a ball up once again just inside forward 50 for Waratah, kicking to the airport end of the ground in this third quarter. So from that stoppage, it's Lai who gets the kick inboard for Tars, working hard again defensively. Nightcliff just kept forcing the ball out, keeping the ball in front, and then eventually the kick comes around the wing. Good use of the body down there, and rising her again on the end of it, gets the kick. Sian Murphy across half back, trapped it, but then her kick was smothered, and Pick is in front there for Nightcliff, just trying to work it out. Does really well to get the hand pass out, and a quick kick forward by Pollen out into space. Arfat there again, the dangerous Arfat up against Finch. Finch, this time the ball lands in her hand. She breaks the tackle and runs away. Good defensive work there by Cindy Finch for Tars. Kicks it out into space to the advantage of Fox Chaffer. She gets pounced upon as she picks up the ball, and will win a free kick for a high tackle. So the action pretty willing as Fox Chaffer kicks to the outer side of the ground. The ball slips over the back. First there for Tars is Wilson. She kicks the ball off the ground. Good defensive work again by Oliver for Nightcliff, but Tars just rebound it back, and it comes inside forward 50 again. Ball loose on the ground there and picked up, and now Nightcliff players just trying to hand pass their way out of trouble in defence. Eventually going back was Emma Clifton, got the hand pass across, and the clearing kick, the marks spilt there by Blarovic, but play on's the call as Ashley Hughes gets involved, gets a quick hand pass forward, and Nightcliff again stream out of defence straight down the middle of the ground. Standing in the way there for Tars was Talia Wheatley, and she's going to take the kick here just forward of centre for Waratah. Just looking at what options she has, she decides to kick high towards half forward. Working back there was Bush for Nightcliff, couldn't take the mark, and the ball spills to ground, and in there for Nightcliff is Fox Chaffer. She gets tackled with the ball, and ball spills out, and Nightcliff managed to bring it out towards the grandstand wing, getting over the top of there. Nice work was Pollen. Picks up and kicks long towards half forward. The bounce favours the Nightcliff players here as a hand pass by Risinger comes across, and taken there by Pollen. She hand passes out wide, and Nightcliff forward again. Arfat's on the end of it again, takes a mark, wastes no time, plays straight on, runs into the goal square. And boy, she's the difference between the two sides, Cheryl, isn't she?
She sure is. That's about her fourth goal, isn't it?
Yep, that's right. Yeah, really impressive performance, and as we've said a couple of times, Waratah just don't have the answer for her. So she's in a one-on-one contest with Sydney Finch down there. Finch won the battle the previous time it came out, but when it gets close to those goals, she's almost unstoppable. So Nightcliff really stretching the lead here after, as we said, Waratah led at quarter time, and since then haven't managed to score, while Nightcliff have banged on the last 4 goals of the game. So there's an infringement from the restart. It's a Waratah free kick, and they take advantage and move it quickly forward. Peacock takes the mark at the front of the centre square, but that kick's misdirected, and it's chopped off down there by Kamali. Kamali kicks in towards the centre of the ground. Some good work there by Bush. Picks up and now runs away with the ball. Hand passes over, and Nightcliff thump it down towards half forward again. Trying to control was Pollen, but lost possession of it, and now Tars with a quick kick by Peacock take the ball forward of centre, and some clever work between the legs there, and hacked forward by Phoebe Wiltshire towards half forward, but Nightcliff strong in defence again. Tars have got some numbers there if they can get them across, and trying to hand pass down there. They managed to keep the ball in play, and the quick kick comes forward, but this one's going to be sent back by Peacock. She kicks long towards half forward, but again, strong defensive mark, and Nightcliff have got all the answers across half back at the moment as the ball comes out to the grandstand side, and Mia Gross takes a nice mark just backward of the wing here. Chips it along the wing out in front. The ball slips through the hands of Lapira. She's back in the action again though, picks up, gets a hand pass forward, and wrestling for the ball on the ground is couple of players from each side, and the ball's trapped in underneath, and it'll be ball up right in front of us here in the grandstand. It's Tanika Bush doing the ruck work again for Nightcliff, but it's kicked forward by Foxchapper for Tars. Here's a chance for Lauritsen for Nightcliff, out into some space, kicks forward, and Jessica Pick runs onto it just outside the 50-metre line, kicks long down towards the goal. It's rolling towards the boundary line, and there was plenty of open space down there, but just rolled away from all the players down there and went over the line, and we'll have a ball up and another real opportunity for Nightcliff here deep in their forward line. There's a beautiful hit out there, and it's Arfat again on the left foot this time, if you don't mind, and just some fantastic ruck work and great roving, and Linnell Arfat, well, if she doesn't get the 3 votes today, the umpires are watching a different game, I think. But that was a great hit out there by Sophie Palmer, and another fantastic finish. So 3 goals for the quarter for Nightcliff, all of them to Linnell Arfat, and they're really putting a space between them and Waratah now. So the clock ticks down. We've got about 3.5 minutes to go in this third quarter of round 2 under 18 girls action, and working hard in the middle again is Hannah Wilson for Waratah. She's probably been their best player today, I think. Had plenty of the ball, but Nightcliff just been too strong in their numbers as the ball comes out of defence. But Tars clean up again across half back. The kick comes out, and the mark's taken down here for Nightcliff by Mia Gross. So Gross advances the ball down towards half forward. Use of the body there by Palmer. Just nudged her opponent under the ball, but it's Tars who tidy up across half back. Well, a quick hack off the ground there, and Oliver got it forward, and another chance for Nightcliff going forward. Looks like a change might have been made back there, and Sian Murphy might have gone back onto the dangerous Arfat, and she does the defensive work here, gets it out of defence, and a quick kick forward by Foxchapper into space and gives Hannah Wilson the opportunity out on the wing here. She goes along the boundary line and finds her opponent down here in Wheatley. It was Cobalt in fact, and that was chopped off by Nightcliff, and the ball's loose again at half forward. Some good work in there by Rabbit, who gets a quick kick forward, and the mark's taken by Pick. Pick plays on straight away and out in front of Arfat, but this time the bounce doesn't favour her. Sian Murphy back there took possession of the ball, then got tackled, and the ball spilt free, and Arfat has been rewarded with the free kick, and she'll be kicking from 30 metres out directly in front as the Waratah defenders get back to the line. Arfat tries to play on, loses control of the ball in fact, and Murphy's quick to pounce in and get on top of it, but Arfat butters up again, taps it in front of herself, picks up, kicks towards goal, and this time she's hit that goalpost again. She's hit that twice in this quarter as well, hasn't she, Cheryl? So she's done all the scoring for Nightcliff in this third quarter. So Tars bring it in quickly, but it's chopped off, and Nightcliff going back in again, trying to use it through the hands. The quick kick towards goal. It's going all the way, I think. It's gone all the way through. That's a great finish and a terrific goal. So just trying to pick up who that player was as she runs back towards the centre of the ground now. But a good finish down there, and Nightcliff continue their dominance, and in fact it was Sophie Palmer, the plays a bit in the ruck. She was she set up the previous goal, and so Nightcliff really dominating this game in the third quarter, even more so than they did in the second quarter. So time running out, only about 30 seconds left in the quarter, and Waratah will need to regroup at three-quarter time and come in with a plan to peg back this lead. But Nightcliff really dominant right from the centre bounces in this third quarter. So they've worked the ball down towards half forward already again, and a quick kick forward by Tars gives them the opportunity to go forward through the centre of the ground now, just towing it off the ground, and It's Finch down there was involved, but the siren's gone as the free kick's been paid, and
that's three-quarter time here at TIO Stadium. You're watching AFL NITV's coverage of the 2022-23 TIO NTFL season from TIO Stadium here in Darwin. We'll be back shortly. Fourth quarter here at TIO Stadium with Nightcliff under-18 girls leading Waratahs 7-5 to 2 goals.
Yeah, it's been a pretty dominant performance by Nightcliff after quarter time. Waratah, of course, were in front at the quarter time break, but it's been all Nightcliff since then. I think the number of players on the that they've got available to rotate has probably made a bit of a difference. But anyway, we're underway once again as Tars look to take the ball forward initially here. Quick kick forward by Wiltshire, goes into space on the outer side of the ground and follows up again, but just couldn't control the ball there, and picked up by her teammate Peacock, got caught with the ball spills out, and now Nightcliff have got some numbers across half back as the hack kick comes out into open space. Players running onto it. Oh, some terrific running work there. Took the ball cleanly, kicked the ball forward, and it's Reisinger who had the ball in front of her but just couldn't control it in the end. Diving in over the top was Vlahovic, got the hand pass out, and now through some traffic the hand pass comes over the top, but good defensive work by Tars, and Fox Chaffer gets the kick away, but her kick is chopped off in the centre of the ground, and it's Matilda Wilson who takes the mark and gets the kick inside 50. Go Nightcliff, and that dangerous Fat is lurking again right on the goal line. She picks up, gets her toe to the ball. This time it just dribbles across the face of goal, and Murphy for Waratah kicks off the ground and then follows up herself, and Fat's in there as well. She toes it in front of herself, tried to pick up, couldn't do so. She's still around the players. The quick kick comes out now, a long kick towards goal is just offline to the right hand side, and that was Palmer again for Nightcliff, just missing to the near side there, and gives Waratah some reprieve, and they bring it into the other side of the ground. Lapira goes wide out there looking for Cobalt. Cobalt just traps the ball in front of herself, then loses her footing and puts herself under some pressure, but does well to get back involved and just paddle the ball out to the advantage of her teammate Lapira. She gets it back to Cobalt. Cobalt goes wide around the wing, close to the boundary line. Ball on the ground, reaching in and picking up out there was Krapapis, but was stripped of possession and the ball came out. Quick kick forward and an intercept mark by Kalakis. Kalakis advances the ball around the wing, just trapped by foot down there by Matilda Wilson, but again good defensive work by Waratah, and the ball's worked to the outer side of the ground, picked up out here by Wiltshire. Wiltshire hooks the ball over her shoulder. It's bouncing out towards the boundary line. Looks like it's going to stay in out there, and Nightcliff thump it back towards the middle of the ground where the mark's taken by Ella Lauritsen. So Lauritsen looking to bring the ball back inside the centre corridor through the hands there of Palmer, but she's first to recover, maintains her footing and just tries to paddle the ball in front, but now Waratah have got some numbers over the ball, but just can't get a free kick. They do now. A quick kick away by Kalakis, and now an opportunity here as reaching in and picking it up was Peacock, gets a hand pass over the top. The ball spills to the ground again, and fighting hard over the top of it is Wiltshire for Tars, but Nightcliff defence holding strong, and Tully Vlahovic gets the kick out, but chopped off across half back by Isabel Cox for Tars. She gets a quick kick forward, but they're in the action again as Cobalt reaches in, but Nightcliff weight of numbers wins out, and they bring the ball back down towards half forward now as a quick hand pass over the top to the advantage of Reisinger. She's tackled and the ball spills free. Play on's the call as the kick comes back in towards the centre of the ground. Nicely controlled there by Bonnie Peacock. She kicks high looking for her teammate there, but coming in and intercepting there was Tanika Bush for Nightcliff, and she kicks down towards half forward. That's a good kick and a good mark out wide, and Nightcliff the opportunity to go inside 50 again as the ball goes down towards full forward, but a strong intercept mark by Murphy, and a good pass out here to Hannah Wilson. Wilson plays on straight away, trying to get the ball moving quickly forward for Tars. Reaching in there was Peacock, got a hand to the ball and flicked out a hand pass looking for her teammate. Play on's the call as the ball spills out. It hits the ground now. Looks like someone was grabbed around the ankle there, and it'll be Matilda Wilson who will take that free kick just forward of centre for Nightcliff. and she kicks high towards half forward, out into some space, and a good mark taken on the run by Sophie Palmer, who's had a pretty good game herself today, done some good work in the ruck and around the ground, and she chips the ball back in towards the middle of the ground. The ball's loose at half forward and picked up in there by Wilson for Tars. Hand passes backwards, trying to find her teammate in Murphy. Murphy managed to take possession and break away, got it to Fox Chaffer. They've brought the ball outside defensive 50 now, but Bush for Nightcliff gets a quick kick forward, and Tars chop it off. Quick hand pass, and Fox Chaffer again with a kick down. Just paddling the ball out was Chloe Lay, but she got swamped by Nightcliff defenders. A bit of tunnel ball going on there as the ball spills out. A quick kick forward by Lakaya Rabbit, but that one's chopped off, and Krapapis again gets a kick forward. But Nightcliff strong behind the ball as the kick comes forward, and now the opportunity. They use the ball through the hands, and Lauritsen on the left foot kicks deep inside forward 50. It's Hannah Wilson going back there for Tars first to the ball. She got tackled with the ball. It spills out. She recovers well, gets back to her feet and kicks outside defensive 50, but just banged straight back in there again. And another opportunity for Nightcliff on the left foot this time, but just missed, and that was Arfat again, I think, wasn't it, Cheryl?
Sure was.
And yeah, just another opportunity, but couldn't score. So as we said before, she's got 5 goals on the board and probably about 5 behinds as well. So it's Murphy, who's battled hard all day for Tars, coming out of defence, but this time it's chopped off by Palmer. She goes long towards the goal square. That's a great looking kick, goes all the way. Fantastic goal, and her teammates love it as well as they get around her. That's a great finish, and just caps off. She's kicked a couple now, and as I said before, she's had a really good game in this round 2 clash for Nightcliff. So after all the action that we've had, that is the first goal of this final quarter, and it goes Nightcliff's way. And with just under 7 minutes play remaining in the game, I think the outcome of the game is pretty much beyond doubt. It's just a matter of players trying to play for get some momentum going into next week, I think. And this time it's Hannah Wilson doing the ruck work for Tars. She won that hit out, but Nightcliff managed to get first possession out of the centre. It's loose on the ground now, reaching in and kicking forward as Kalakis kicks down towards half forward, but it's Nightcliff who are first back there. Gross gets the kick out, and the kick smothered, and Kalakis is in there again, gets a quick kick inboard, and now a chance for Tars to go forward as Wiltshire just kicks it in towards the 50. She's still in there battling for the ball. It's picked up down there by Jackson. She lost possession of the ball, and running across for Tars was Wheatley, trying to use her teammate there in Fox Chaffer, but she got bundled off the ball, and there's a throw been paid here, so it's going to be a Waratah free kick out in front of their goal, and perhaps an opportunity for their first score since the first quarter. And it's Imogen Fox Chaffer who will take the free kick. She'll be kicking from 30 metres out directly in front. There's some players moving in front of her, opening up the goal square as she kicks long towards goal now. It's going right into the goal square, but good defensive work again by Nightcliff, and Hughes brings it out to the outer side of the ground. And Nightcliff with some free players out there, and the ball's worked to the boundary line. Jackson picks up, gets a quick kick inboard, gives Waratah the opportunity there through Peacock. She hasn't got much support, so she just hand passes it out into some open space. Running onto it there for Nightcliff was Scarlett Young, managed to get her kick forward and then follows up herself again and picks up. She kicks the ball again. It's half smothered and picked up defensively there by Isabel Cox for Tars. She kicks the ball back in. Tars try to both grab it and take possession, and eventually they're wrapped up by the Nightcliff defenders, and we'll have a ball up. Oh, just clunking the ball out of the ruck there was Wilson. She got a kick forward, but good defensive work by Pira, just shinned it forward. But again, there's a kicking in danger free kick, and it's Riley Lapira who will take that free kick at half-back for Tars. She's looking to move it on around the outer side of the ground. A diving attempt to mark down there by Cobalt just came unstuck, and the ball spilt free. Nightcliff first to the ball and picking up and running away. Looked like Palmer again, kicked long down towards half forward, and just slipping over the back there, and Mia Gross running onto it. Quick kick inboard. Fat's in there, but this time defensively for Nightcliff, it was Krapapis who got a kick away, but for Tars, sorry, but Nightcliff just thump it back in, and another chance to go forward. That's a beautiful pass inboard, and there she is again. Fat on the end of that one, and she takes a mark 25 metres or so from goal.
Yeah, she made good space just then for the ball.
She did, got out in space, and the kick was good, and now she kicks towards goal. This one again offline, just out to the right, and just bounces through for a behind only, so it'll be Riley Lapira to bring the ball back into play for Waratah. Pretty open spaces out here, so she runs out of the goal square now, kicks long where she's got a couple of players, and that's a good pass, and she finds Bonnie Peacock at half-back. She looks inboard and then changes her mind and bounces off a couple of hands, and then a quick kick forward, and now running onto it for Tars was Krapapis. She's got it out in front of her teammate here in Wiltshire. Wiltshire just trying to tap the ball along in front of herself, and Tars now have worked it all the way down to half forward without really taking possession of the ball, and picked up beautifully down there by Chloe Lay. Looks one way, ducks back the other, kicks inside forward 50, finds her teammate, and Phoebe Wiltshire runs in towards goal, kicks towards goal, but unfortunately just off the side of her boot a bit, and bounces over the boundary line next to the behind post. So it's a boundary throw, a ball up just outside the goal square for Tars, deep in their forward line. Now a chance as Lay pounces on it, picks up, but she gets tackled as soon as she took possession of the ball there, and unfortunately couldn't control it in the end, and it's gone over the line again, and it'll be another ball up here, but still deep in the forward line for Tars. An opportunity for them to get on the board. Murphy does the ruck work for Waratah. The ball comes to ground, and Tars just can't get a clean possession on the ball in their forward line there to give themselves a chance to score. There's high contact made there, and it's a Nightcliff free kick deep in defence, and they just chip the ball amongst themselves in the back half. Palmer again, this time she's been called for running too far with the ball, and it'll be a Waratah free kick, and it'll go the way of Honiaya Kalakis. So players running forward of the ball now as Kalakis kicks down towards half forward, just through the hands there of Wilson. She runs back onto it now, but good defensive work by Lauritz, and just knocked her off the ball, and got the kick inboard. Coming in there was Wilson. Lost control initially, but then recovered and picked up, and she's done so again, and now gets a clearing kick and into some space. And if Nightcliff can pick it up here and get the ball forward, they've got plenty of players, but the siren beats them, and that's the end of the game. In the end, a pretty convincing and comfortable win for Nightcliff after Waratahs looked the goods in the first quarter, Cheryl.
Yeah, they sure did. It was 8-6-54 to 2-12 Waratahs. Well, it's been a pleasure to host you this evening. My name is Cheryl Schmarried, and I was joined by Stu Davis. Stay tuned for the next game when Waratahs and Tigers meet again for under 18 boys later tonight.